Happy Rave Day! It is Midnight Mafia Day. I am so excited. It's been a minute since I've done a hardstyle event, and this is my favourite HSU event of the whole year. I don't care what anyone says about Knockout, I love it, but this is the best one, and you can't change my mind. Got the accred. Gonna go check out the media pod, put my stuff down. Hopefully everyone's already here. I feel like a lot of them are here. Only half the crew's here so far, but anyway, let's go check out the stage because I'm so excited to see what it looks like. Everything's still lit though, so it's not gonna have the same effect, but I'm just curious what's gonna be on the roof. Holy! Oh, that's fucking sick! This is gonna look so sick. Oh my god. How many lasers? 32. Can I see them?
12 seconds later.
Holy shit! I'm so excited.
Yo! Oh my gosh, I thought you weren't coming. I thought you were in Auckland or some shit.
I came back yesterday.
Really good. Well, actually, I've never not seen you wear these.
Which set are you most excited for tonight?
Definitely DJ Soft Open. But hands down, my favourite act every time. Always brings the fucking vibes. Like, you just can't deny it. Wales is getting booked every set. Come on.
Alright, 4 minutes till showtime. Have a bit of a problem. I am unable to use my remote tonight on either of my camera bodies, so this will be fun considering I'm like the shortest photographer in the team. Fun times. Shots of Sound Rush on stage. I've got about 5 minutes to run to front of house and get comms before the opening ceremony. Comms acquired. I'm just gonna drop some stuff off and then head into the middle for the opening ceremony. time. One of my cameras just fully shit itself. Like, non-responsive at all.
But it's okay, because she's just a girl.
I've never been so stressed in my life, bro. Alright, currently Noisecontrollers The Journey. We've got 7 sets to go. I have this camera and nothing else. I'm still carrying this one. It's literally just a dead body right now because if I feel like switching lenses, then at least I've got the lens on me and it's also holding a spare battery, but this body's completely fucking dead. I'm so stressed. We got this. Oh my god, classic!
The show right now.
so I've got about one song left and I'm really sad about it. And then we've got Dimitri K to finish. That was probably the most stressful event I've ever shot in my entire life. Oh my god, like literally everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Oh my god. I'm gonna quickly try to wrap this up because I have 8% left and I don't want to ramble too long. But in a nutshell, Midnight Mafia, absolutely love it. Still my favorite HSU event of the year and I absolutely love it. Despite the fact that it was probably the most traumatic event for me to shoot ever. Like, oh my god. So in a nutshell, I have two cameras. I only ever use two camera bodies and then two lenses, a wide and a zoom, and that's it. I don't believe in having like an excessive amount of lenses and like bodies and stuff like that because I travel a lot, so I don't want to be carrying all that extra weight if I don't need to. And so I only have two cameras and two lenses. And so a couple of years ago when I was shooting an event in Europe, I had my remote plugged into one of the cameras, and when I took the remote out, I didn't realize it at the time, but I actually ripped out the port that it was plugged into. So like the physical metal hole that's in the camera, I accidentally ripped it out when it was stuck to the remote plug and it just came out with it. And for some reason, I never felt the need to actually get that camera fixed. Even though that port became non-functioning, I was like, it's fine. I still have another functioning camera body. Like I just switched the lenses and then the one that worked became my permanent like wide angle lens body that would always be on the monopod with the remote plugged in, and that's it. My dumbass never felt the need to fix it. And tonight, that came back and bit me in the ass. So I was setting up everything in the media room before the event started and I plugged in the remote into my one functioning port. And I did a few test clicks just to make sure that the remote was working and it didn't click, like the shutter didn't go off. So I was like, okay, this is weird. Like maybe the remote is broken because I go through those remotes like crazy. They break so easily. So I pulled it out intending to just try a different remote and see if that worked. And as I was pulling out the remote, the port came out with it. And so I'm like, fuck, here we go again. Like I've been here before, this is not good. So I pushed the port back in because the damage wasn't as bad as it was the first time. So I'm like, there's still hope, like maybe it's not completely broken. Plugged the remote back in and the camera started lagging like crazy. The shutter wasn't clicking, it was not working. And so my dumb ass goes and plugs the remote into my other camera body, the one that's broken, because I'm like, I haven't plugged it in 2 years. Maybe it's fixed itself. Like maybe it's fine. Maybe it'll work. It didn't, obviously. Made it a million times worse because when I put the remote in, it actually pushed the port further in than it was supposed to go. I plugged it in and suddenly that camera body started lagging like crazy and like, fuck, this is not good. So I just take it out, close it up, that's it, and like, it's fine. I accepted my fate. I'm just gonna have to run around all night without a monopod, just have all my photos from ground level. It's fine. So I go into the crowd, I'm shooting, I'm running around all night on my tippy toes, like trying to stand on like the little platforms and like the bump and everything just to try to get a little bit of height. And so about 2 sets in, I'm in the crowd and I start taking photos with the original broken body with the zoom lens. When you shoot in bursts, it kind of like takes a bit of time to buffer. So you see like a little countdown timer going down, and that's when like you can kind of shoot again. And usually it goes down, but for some reason it was going up. And it went up into like the 70s. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, it's not stopping. And I couldn't review the photos. I couldn't do anything. It was like not being responsive at all. I'm like, what the fuck? So I turned off the camera, obviously. In a nutshell, it stopped working. Every time I hit the shutter, it would burst like 100 photos. And then it would just keep buffering upwards instead of down. It was the weirdest thing ever. And it got to a point where the camera was just fully non-responsive at all. Like the buttons weren't working, and now it won't even turn on. Like it's completely dead. Don't know what happened there. So I'm running around stressed as fuck because I have one functioning camera left and I can't even plug a remote into it. And I'm still carrying around this dead camera with me because I still have to carry the lens with me so I could switch it out. The entire night I was running around with one functioning camera, semi-functioning, literally stressed as fuck the entire time because if anything happens to this camera, I'm screwed. I don't have any backups. I asked some other people that were Sony shooters, but they didn't have like spares either. But like I was like, worst case, if this one dies, then at least I can borrow one of theirs. But like, it's not like they had like an extra one lying around. It's like they would have given me one of theirs. I was just running around so fucking stressed the entire night, just hoping nothing happens to this camera, hoping it doesn't die, hoping like the lasers don't hit it or whatever. There was one point where there were like these really nice green lasers and they were like fully front on, and one single laser beam kept hitting my camera to the point where like the whole screen would go white, and I'm just like there with the camera in the air just watching it. I'm like, why am I letting this happen? But nothing happened, thank God. I feel like because I was down one camera, the universe was like, no, not today, you're not losing a second one. And so despite how it looked in the camera, it survived. Yeah, that was my night in a nutshell. Holy shit. I'm not too happy with all the photos right now, but I'm always like that at the end of the night. So I'm gonna go home now. I'm gonna knock out. They did announce knockout at the end of the event though. I'm so excited for that. But I'm gonna go home, get some sleep, and then smash out these edits tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if I manage to salvage some photos from tonight, I'm gonna end this video with some of my favorite shots of the night. Okay, bye.